the main goal for myself is, always just find a way to win. All the great athletes find ways to win. It doesn't have to be my best race, doesn't have to be my worst race, but, once we get across the finish line, we watch the film and we'll figure out what happens. And, watching the film from a week ago, that wasn't the guy that I remember from the Olympics. So, it's just one of the things where, I set my goals out, fell a little short, but that doesn't really prove to who I am now. The main goal obviously is to get through this whole season healthy. And the main goal is obviously World Championships in September.
When you try to push for these records is when you usually don't take them, because as my coach always say, speed cannot be forced. And when you try to force the speed, a lot of bad things is happening in your rhythm as well. So I think to have those records there is a very good motivation for you. But at the same time, it's about winning the races. And I think we should not let all the record breaking overshadow the great duels of competing as well. This is also a lot of excitement in people going head to head, just as me as Grant is going to do on the 300-meter hurdles. These things are also important, but of course records are super fun, and I think it's also the great thing with our sports that you can always measure the performance.
For me, I think in 2023 I had a really good shot and I was brave enough to say it, because one time I was really, really afraid to say I wanted to break the world record. It's something that I still have in mind. Do I focus on it? No. I just take each step at a time, and I think if it's supposed to come, it will come once I'm healthy. As I said, it's definitely one of my goals, and I just want to stay healthy, and once I'm healthy and having some fun, then anything is possible.
One of the big goals for me is get out there and challenge Karsten and any other athlete to 200-meter hurdles. I mean, with everything going on next year, it's going to be a perfect opportunity. So he keeps challenging me, so I'm going to challenge him just a little bit. We'll find a distance and we'll figure out the hurdle height, and we'll get some sponsors involved, and hopefully we can get to Zurich and we can put on another show for everybody else.
And of course, earlier this week, the whole running world was electric with the energy that you are going to make an attempt at a sub 4-minute mile for a woman. It will happen in June in Paris. It's a very straightforward question, but it's probably difficult to answer. Do you believe you can run the sub 4-minute mile?
That's a very tough question though, but my mind and my thought is for tomorrow, that's to run tomorrow and see the plans forward and just focus for what is next.
It's a long process to jump high, because I remember the time when I broke my personal best when I jumped in Banska Bystrica at 206, and a lot of people say that it's just 4 centimeters and it will be new world record. But this every centimeters, it takes a lot of hard work, and I think it takes physically work and mentally work, that you should be ready and you should think just about this record at time. When I was at competition, I'm thinking I just turn off my emotional and just get ready for jump. And everything that I can say that every time you should believe in yourself and continue working, keep working to achieve your goal.
I know that it's a really special place, and in any place where I'm able to break a world record, of course it's always going to have a very special place in my heart. And I guess for good reason. Also here is it's an amazing stadium, amazing facility, great track. I guess the big kind of spaceship thing helps to really deaden the wind a little bit, which is very important for us pole vaulters, and especially important for me if I'm going to want to jump really high. So, I'm super excited to be back. I try to be selective with the meets that I go to, and go to meets that I feel like, I can really attack hard and jump as high as possible and try to push some barriers a little bit. So that's why I'm back here. I know I love competing here, and I loved it last year, and of course I had a great experience. So yeah, hopefully we can jump really high. That would be great. Last year was amazing, of course. So if we can push something like that again, that'd be cool.
What was the reaction like when you saw 73.52 flash up?
It was crazy. I've always believed that it's been possible to challenge marks like that. And I have so much respect for many of my current competitors, especially for Sandra. And to actually see it pop up, to see a discus stay in the air for that long was quite special. And it's definitely, I mean, you want to be in a time period where those results are happening and to be able to try to push yourself and maximize your potential. So I think it kind of unlocks some things of maybe realizing what I want to pull out of myself. So I'm excited to build on that momentum going forward.
Any more plans for some clashes like that in the future? Would you like to take on some other athletes in different events?
Yeah, I mean, I think the real ball knowers knew that I was a bit quick, and so I think that the people that knew, but I definitely think that I woke a lot of people up and surprised some people about my foot speed, which was a really cool thing. So now I guess that more people would be awake on it, and so it wouldn't have that same surprise factor if I was going to do it again. But I'm always down to do things, especially if we were able to do it in the way that Carson and I were able to do it in like a really fun and exhibition way that reached a lot of people. I think that was good for everybody, and especially fun for us, and I really enjoyed it. So it wouldn't really have to be a 100 meter. It would probably be in my best interest though, because I don't know if I'd really be that good at anything else, especially not further. Maybe like a 200, 400 would probably be a little bit long, but I would be down to do it. Honestly, I'm kind of, if you catch me in the right mood, I'm stupid enough to really try anything. So I'd really be down, yeah.
And what are you hoping for here tomorrow night?
Obviously, I came here for a win, and for me, I have great competitors that are here, but it's obviously to win, I believe that as a competitor, as a 100-meter runner, you don't step on the line not wanting to win. And for me, it's to come here to win, come here to run well, and just start the season off well and on a high note.
Awesome. And I know last summer wasn't everything you'd hoped to be, obviously, like for an athlete of your ability, but when you got back training, did that light the fire even more when you were going through the hard yards of winter work?
Yeah, you could say that. But I mean, I don't know. I feel like it kind of really just started like right after trials. Just because, like you said, I knew I didn't perform to the capabilities that I know I'm capable of, and I know what my talent level is, and I know what I bring to the sport, and I feel like I just kind of, I ain't gonna say been in my own way, but I know it's just another level that I can tap into and get to, and so that was just the goal right after that. That like, I feel like I've been selling myself short, and I just before I walk away, want to see what my full potential is, and so even before we got the fall training, I was just ready to get back into it and just ready to get back to these type moments, so I can work on my craft and hopefully be at my best in July USA's.
What would you tell kids who want to start running?
They should just run. They shouldn't give up on their dreams, because Rome wasn't built in a day. It took years to build up to where I am right now.